overall, we had a good week.
Amazing week.
Yeah, you text me, and the thing is, right? So our content is to give the facts.
Yeah.
And all the people spreading fear about the housing market crash, interest rates are on their way to 10, 11, 12%. Well, since we made that video, rates have done nothing but come down from 7%. So talk to me about this week. Where did you see rates? Where are they at right now?
So last week we were like 6.25%. And a big part of that, when we were looking at that chart, is getting above that 100-day moving average. And I knew as soon as we did that's going to be when we finally see on conventional loans, we're going to start to see that 5% rate. So as we got here and we started to trade above this, we closed yesterday. Lenders repriced for the better probably 4 times yesterday.
Wow.
So throughout the day. So what'll happen is when you have a huge market movement like this, the lenders aren't all of a sudden going to say, all right, time to drop all the rates in our rate sheet. Let's just, like this moved 100 basis points that day. We're going to lower rates 100 basis points. They keep some of that back to manage some of their pipelines so that if it does, because the markets are so volatile right now, they go up and down. So lenders will keep some padding in there. So I don't think there will be much of an adjustment in rates today. And based on where we're at yesterday. So I presented a loan to a client. It was kind of funny. So this was like probably 5 or 6 weeks ago at 6.875. And this is a good size. This is a refinance, like $500,000 loan.
Are you doing a refinance?
Doing a refinance.
Wow.
$500,000 loan. Like it was like 80%, loan to value or whatever. And I presented that loan to her yesterday afternoon at 5.996%. And then by the time I went to lock her rate, it was 5.89%. So it had come down a little bit further. So
under 6,
under 6%, like real conventional loans with not paying a bunch of points or anything like that. Like you're legitimately in the 5s with the right lender and the right profile and we're going to make that mark. And now once we crossed that 100-day moving average that I bring up, there's a lot of room for them to get better. And so there'll just be, this month it's kind of like everybody's starting to go on Christmas vacation in the trading world anyway. But I do still think that we have a little bit more room to move, even going through the end of the year, and then a really nice start for next year on rates.
So, I mean, what's going to happen is when I create the title of this video and I talk about interest rates being under 6%, there's going to be a lot of people that makes very upset. They're not going to be able to accept it. They're going to want to challenge it. We spend another minute or so really talking about, okay, like, I don't know if we can price out a loan on the show or not, but how are with what happened this morning, our rates, if you price out something right now, you feel like we're still under 6%, or do you feel like we're back up to maybe 6.25% if you were to price out a loan today?
I think you're probably looking at just being that same loan yesterday, you're probably paying a half point for like 5.99 today.
Okay.
Like, I mean, that's not, and again, that it just depends on the lender too. Like
and the person and the profile and the income and the assets and the credit, all that.
We're brokers, right? So there's a lot of shopping that we can do across lenders. So, I mean, I have, even after I locked a loan, I found other lenders that were better. So, I mean, you're talking about, we'd have to move legitimately like 1/8% in rate, which is really a big move. It takes a lot of the market to move 1/8% in rate. So yeah, I mean, I think you're still pricing. You're probably paying a little bit more today than you were yesterday,
but you're still under 6%.
It's negligible. Yeah, easily under 6%.
On a 30-year fixed conventional mortgage, we're under 6%.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, when we look ahead in the month of December, we have another Fed meeting, and I think you sent me something the other day.
December 14th, by the way. You were right. I told in our video last week, I said it was December 2nd, December 14th.
14th. So they're going to meet again, and that raise in rates might not be 0.75 point this time. It might be a half point.
Yeah,
and
that's what he said yesterday in Wednesday in that press conference.
Yeah,
that's when that was a big part of that, is that it is time to moderate the pace of the rate hike. So they're not going to stop raising rates.
Yeah.
And they're not going to decrease their target rate. As a matter of fact, it might go up. But it is time to start the pivot,
it's working.
Right? From 3/4.
Yeah, well, it's working. I mean, right? So that's what's causing mortgage interest rates to go down.
Right.
So we got 30 days left of 2022. I keep asking you for your prediction. And so far, you've been pretty spot on. Where do we end, do you think, with all the reports coming out in December, where do you think we end the year in interest rate, mortgage rates?
I would say that your 30 years are going to trade around 5 3/4.
Yeah.
By the end of the year.
It's great.